Ashley, we're down here in the Kells End at the LEL Arena. You want to make an announcement about your time here at the LEL Arena?
Yeah, Jordan, just wanted to just announce that my time's come to an end. As a director of the club, I just can't commit enough time anymore, and I wanted to do this with you, just to dispel any rumours, any goings on, anybody saying anything, just to put it out there that I have left. I'm sure there are people who checked company's house yesterday have seen that, but yeah, I have left, mate, and it is just purely because I can't commit any more time to it. It's it's a big ask. I'm doing it for 3 years, and you just can't commit as much time as you'd like to anymore. And so I am sad about it, but it is what it is, mate.
You've mentioned there, obviously, dispel any rumours. Obviously, the rumour mill's always flying around West Cumbria and Whitehaven Rugby League. You've put in a lot of work in the last 3 years. It's been difficult. Issues with finances and COVID, trying to keep the club going as well as bringing players in. It's obviously still be a Whitehaven fan still down here week in, week out on the home games, but just looking to, I imagine, go back being a fan and I imagine probably spend a little bit more time with the family.
Yeah, that's what it'll be, John. It'll be spending time with the family, and I'll still be down every Sunday. I've told John if he needs a hand other than playing, I'm definitely not pulling my boots on for him because we're never that desperate. But yeah, if he needs a hand with players, I've always told him I'll be there for him. He's a good coach and a good guy. And he's been really supportive of me, so I'll not fully leave John D. He's always got my support, and I'll be there to help him. But yeah, I'll still be coming down to the games. You won't get that out of us.
I suppose, especially backing your mate Chris as well.
Yeah, you got to look after Chris. He's got his testimony to share. That was probably one of the hardest things I've done. He's the paperwork for Chris's testimonial. A lot of paperwork, a lot of waiting around, but to get it passed through it was nice to give a friend something back, and something he deserved as well, John. I wouldn't want to travel up here 2 or 3 times a week from Wigan. It's a trek, and he deserves his testimonial. And I hope everybody gets behind his events because he does deserve it. And yeah, he does. He's been a good servant to the club.
Don't want to put you too much on the spot, but what does this sort of mean for the club now? Obviously, the club recently announced Gary Ilbeck's resignation there as well, so there doesn't seem to be too many people currently down here. Is there any plans in the pipeline going forward?
Yeah, the club are always looking for new directors. Um, the club going forward, mate, it is what everybody knows, the financial affairs that we were broadcasted last year, and we made an appeal last week to get 1,200. Disappointing that we only got 750. Like I said at the sponsors lounge on Sunday, if we want a rugby league team in Whitehaven, then you need to support the club and come through the turnstiles. That's the only way this club will go forward. And don't get me wrong, there's stuff in the pipeline that can hopefully come off, and if it does, the club will be good for the club. But yeah, just going forward, mate, I do wish the club the best. I've got a couple of thank yous as well, but obviously I'll come to that with you in a minute.
So obviously, going forward, you mentioned that you've got a couple of thank yous. Who would you like to thank?
Firstly, it would be Mark Stamper. Stamper was one that brought me down here, trusted in me, believed in me, and what I was trying to do with signings. He's the one that got me on the board. So yeah, it's good. Stamper was the main person behind it all, and I'll be forever grateful to Stamps. Yourself as a media man, as a volunteer. We've got Dennis in the office, another volunteer, Barry, the ground staff, Tommy, Howard, Jack. Without them, we wouldn't function because they're unbelievable. Them three guys, Ingrid and Louise that were in the bar, and the bar staff that do a great job. Anybody who volunteers for the club. The directors I've worked with, Frenchy, Mike Horton, two really good fellas. Gary Ailbeck were fantastic with me. I'll never speak highly enough of Gary. Canny when he was down here, he had some good laughs with Canny. Jinx was really good with me. And then now, obviously, Wanmore's down here, and Grant, Grant's got good ideas and going forward for the club. Wanmore with his junior champion role. I don't think I've ever seen as many kids down here in a long time, and it's all because of Wanmore and what he's done. Charlo, when I worked with Charlo in 21, I thought he was this scary guy, but when you get to know him, he's just got the club at heart, and he was doing a good job in his role. And the person who's been my rock for the last couple of months is Amanda Ewer. without Amanda, I don't know where I'd have been, Jordan. She's just looked after me, and she's an amazing person, and the club's lucky to have somebody like her. She's unbelievable, Amanda, and you know, I think we need to back those people. You know, I certainly will. I'll be here watching the game, so if everybody can do that and we can get the crowds up, because this team's got potential. Players, thank you to them, and my biggest thank you to Mr. Gawley. He's I didn't really know Jonty when I first came down here. But I've got to know him. He's a really good friend now, and you know, he's a very good coach who just wants the best for this club. And you know, if we back him, he'll deliver the best for this club and the town.
And a final word to the fans of Whitehaven Rugby League. You know, there's a diehards down here. We've seen what the club can do with that St Helens fixture. What was a momentous occasion. You can reach more of that. Hopefully, over the next few years, this club can prosper going forward.
Definitely can, you know, and a huge thank you to all the fans. You know, when I first joined, I got a lot of supportive messages. You know, the 300 club with Sean and Simon doing an amazing job for the club. The VPs with Des and Ronnie, amazing people. So yeah, just a massive thank you to the fans, the ones that come through the gates every week. You know, if they can bring a friend every week, it would help massively. But yeah, if we can create more moments for people like St Helens, then you know, people will want to come back and want to make memories down here, mate.
Ashley, thank you very much.